Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the George Russell career mode. Yes, it's been a little while since we last did this series, but we return this weekend here, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, like we are IRL. Dexty, welcome in, OG player, welcome. We've got Dart, we've got Callum, we've got Danny Rocks. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon, crisped with the bits. Hello, Matt212. It's a sad name, but it's probably a worthy name after the Indy 500 last night. I did have a lot of fun doing Indy, but of course, in typical Matt212 fashion, it all fell apart right at the very end. Why is that on? I feel like you were streaming merely this way. I guess for you I was, technically. If I go like that, chat, is that better? My day is so much better now I see your face. Oh, Callum, you don't know how to sweet talk me. Mark, welcome on in, buddy. Thank you for the tips last night during Indy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, though. Baku, of course, obviously back in the George Russell career. But, of course, George is not feeling very well this weekend. I don't know if any of you have seen like the clips of him on the radio so far. But he is a man that is not very well right now. Streaming over the top of FP2 is diabolical. Well, I had originally planned to start this stream an hour later, and then I remembered I've actually got to go out this evening. So I want to make sure I've got enough time to, like, obviously do this, shower, everything like that, and then head out later on. So, yeah, I've started the stream an hour earlier than I'd originally intended to, but it is what it is. Yeah, Crisp, you missed out on a great indie stream, man. It was good fun. Last 212 didn't actually tell me off, but she did just remind me we're going out this evening, so I've opted to start the stream a bit earlier. Hopefully we'll be wrapped up before 4. If we're not wrapped up before 4, then I might be running into some more major issues, I think is the way we'll describe it. How is, though, our World Championship looking? That's obviously the first thing we've got to just double check on. So, it is still Oscar Piastri up at the top of the table. He has got a 15-point buffer now ahead of Lando Norris. Verstappen is now only 12 points ahead of us. And then you can see there's a bit of a gap back, of course, to Charles Leclerc, who actually won last weekend out at the Temple of Speed. McLaren obviously still way out in front of the constructors. We won't get to them, but we are 9 points behind Ferrari, so we need Andrea Kimi Antonelli to pull his weight as well, so we can obviously try and wrap up second in the constructors. I think that's going to be goal number 1. Goal number 2, of course, is try to beat Verstappen, and then maybe if the McLarens have a bit of a meltdown, maybe we could beat them as well. But only time will tell. So yeah, we'll wait and see with that. But interestingly, of course, because I'm doing this inside career mode, we've actually got a secret meeting, which is a little bit confusing. Oh, Red Bull fancy our services. Fascinating. You know what? We'll leave the talks open. It's completely irrelevant in this series, but we'll leave the talks open. I would love to do some F1 watch-along streams, Mark, in the future. I could be really tempted to try and do some of those next year. The only thing is I normally watch, like, qualifying in the races, either with my partner or with my parents and things like that. It's kind of just nice to have that time together as well to enjoy it. But otherwise, yeah, I probably would do live watch-alongs a lot more. Have you recovered from last night? Let me tell you, last 212 was not best pleased. I said to her beforehand, I was like, hopefully I'll be done by 10:30, but it might not be till 11. So obviously, I've wrapped up the stream. I turned everything off. I went into bed, and she was like, it is far too late. Because we both had to be up for like 6:30 this morning, so she was not best pleased. Last 212 and I have genuinely discussed that as well. Doing some F1 watch-alongs together, because that would be quite funny. But nothing has come of it just yet. But maybe in the future, we'll wait and see. My relationship with chat is strained because I'm spending too much time with last 212. Yeah, Callum, I love you guys, but I'm not convinced you're going to win that one, I'm afraid, my friend. But I appreciate the optimism. Right. Let's try and earn some R&D then so we can do some more upgrades. Of course, luckily, obviously, being George, we get most of the R&D inside the team. Is there anything on offer? Doesn't look like it. So we'll go with another chassis upgrade then. Which, to be fair, the Merc is actually its weakest area, I think, is its chassis. So that'll be ready just out of Singapore as well. But, you know what, we should be good. We would just all support her and all roast you. Probably. I feel like Matt212 would be one of my harshest critics on stream. But wouldn't let you guys be mean to me. So, you know, there is swings and roundabouts with it. But yeah, Matt212 would definitely give me some stick. I have said to her before, because obviously you guys... Oh no, Twitch might be able to see it. TikTok definitely can. I've got like another chair here. Like, I could pan the camera around and she could sit with me if she wanted to. Maybe for like some big races next year, she might do that for a bit. I don't know. Just spam egg212 in the stream. Please don't. It's dry! A full dry weekend. We love it. We absolutely love it. Thank the Lord. Obviously, there is a risk of rain this weekend IRL. This, I forgot to mention as well, this is also practice for Creator Series. So I need to make sure I get up to speed. I need to make sure, obviously, I'm confident in the car, ready for tomorrow. Because, obviously, yeah, we need to get good, ready for CS. Well, again, this is something Jamie and I have discussed as well about doing some watch-alongs in the future. But it kind of feels like watch-alongs now is a fairly saturated market. It feels like there's a lot of people doing them. But maybe down the line. We'll wait and see. I guess it'll depend on like how big like streaming becomes part of the business. It's kind of the big thing. Matt212, it does like Lewis. He's definitely a Charles Leclerc fan though instead. So there's been a little bit of beef between the pair of us. Obviously with Lewis going to Ferrari this year. But not too much, to be honest.
Okay, radio check. Radio check.
Right. So I'm going to make sure I get my setup all sorted. Then, like I said, I'm going to run a setup that is probably a bit more aggressive because I need to be ready for CS. I don't really want a much less than 14-11 wing though, do I?
Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm that.
I mean, Baku is really good for tyre wear. Like, tyre wear just does not exist around here, so we can afford to run a bit more aggressive with that. I want to run... I'll try 100 in practice, just see if it works. And then we'll run slightly lower front PSI. That all looks fine, though. We'll give that a whirl first of all. Hey, welcome in, Pokédex. Matt212 Merc driver for CS confirmed. I don't believe this season there are any kind of fixed driver lineups. Again, I don't know how much I can say now. Obviously, before the race tomorrow. But I'm pretty certain there is, like, no proper fixed lineup this season because we're doing realistic cars. That I know I can say because others have discussed it as well. But, yeah, it's going to be a really weird season. I don't even believe they're doing a Constructors' Championship. Or it might well be that, like, 9 drivers win the Constructors. Wow. Let's see. We'll try and smash through free practice without too many concerns, hopefully. Tell us everything we won't tell. No, I can't. I could get in big trouble if I start leaking stuff. Especially, obviously, as this is going to be my first full-time campaign. Got to be really careful. But I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm hoping this season we should be a lot more competitive. Obviously, I've been putting in the work as well. Obviously, doing more streams, doing more 100% races. Everything like that. Obviously, practicing with strict corner cutting rules as well. So, I'm hoping if we can just be consistent kind of top 10, I'd be very happy. Like, we came 11th about 4 times last season in a row, right at the end. So, I feel like we've showcased that I've got enough speed to kind of hang. But it's now obviously about trying to push up the order. So, CS is tomorrow night, 6 PM UK time. So, obviously, I'll be live here on Twitch. I will probably go live on TikTok. And then we will be live on the main Matt212 YouTube channel as well for that one. So, yeah, well, I'm very much looking forward to it. It's just got to get used to the car. Obviously, very low grip on Friday afternoon. Did anybody see that F2 crash earlier on? I think it was between Stanek and I want to say Rafael Villagomez. Absolutely insane. I thought it was Leo Fornaroli, but luckily it wasn't. Because it would be just typical that as soon as I really start hyping up Leo Fornaroli, immediately he bins it or something. You're about to dominate CS. I'm going to lap everybody 3 times. Yeah, not optimistic that'll happen. Fantastic if it did. Don't think that's going to happen. But like I said, if I can be like a consistent top 10 finisher, my goal as well really is reduce the amount of track limit penalties I get. Because I was a bit bad with that last season, especially Imola. Be a bit better over qualifying, run a bit more aggressively. And I also... Oh, that's what I was going to do. Before I forget, chat, I was going to... Controller, vibration, and force feedback. There's my wheel bind. So, I wanted... I completely forgot about this. I was going to map an ERS button. So that's overtake, which is fine. I wanted to map an ERS button so that I can put the car in none. So I can go ERS mode decrease. That one works, and then ERS mode increase. So I'm hoping now, rather than having to cycle through the menus every time, I can just use that button that I don't use for anything else. And hopefully, obviously, we can map the ERS properly. So hopefully it would just mean, obviously, I'm a little bit, you know, I'm able to do a bit more with the ERS buttons. So we'll give that a bit of a test. So if I get it up on the telem. So there you go. I can go none. I can put it back into medium. Of course, I've still got the overtake override. But then I can obviously move it around a bit more. Like, I've got quite a few buttons on this wheel that I just don't do anything with. So hopefully, obviously, if I can get a bit more used to that, using it without kind of thinking about it. Because obviously at the moment I've got to cycle through the MFD every time. So obviously if I hide that now, it should just work still. Yeah, there you go. So it'll immediately flash back up with the MFD, which is not a problem. Because if anything, that just means at least I can confirm I've done it. And then obviously, hopefully, it'll also allow me, like I said, to... Obviously, I've still got the override to put it in overtake. I'm only just starting to use it, yeah. I didn't realise how important ERS management was on this game. Like, how much time can be gained from it. So, that's why I've done that. Did I go out for a hot lap run? I thought I was doing racing. I'm a bit of... Yeah, I went out to do a hot lap run. That was not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I should be using my battery. I clicked on the wrong one. Oh, man. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong one there. That was a mistake on my half. We'll do the racing run so I can just get used to it a bit. But, like, it's fairly... Like, it's not too difficult to reach to or anything like that. And especially, obviously, if I've just got them going up and down. Because I did and ah about mapping each ERS mode to a different button on my wheel. But I think that would just be too complicated. So I think I know if I can just flick it down into none. And obviously then put it back up in medium. Because you don't use hot lap in race stints. You just use medium, off, or hot, or overtake. So if I can just flick between those three, that'll be good. I did see Gillen did a stream testing all the cars, yeah. He reckons the car I've been given should be quite good. That's all I'm going to say. Come on. So, I mean, so far then, setup feels pretty good. I'll make sure I save it as a CS one when I get to the end. I mean, that's going to be the big thing, isn't it? Trying to get through the castle. God, that's so weird. I can just flick it up into overtake. Oh, and then the HUD does disappear again. Okay. So it does just time out after a little while. That's really useful. God, I feel like I'm having to become an esports sweat on this game. It's ridiculous. Ridiculously complicated. I ain't got time for all this. Do I have to bribe more people at CS to get you in the McLaren? No. Like I said, I think for round 1, I'm happy with the car I've been given. I'm going to get the Sauber, yeah. I'm going to do a last to first in the Sauber, and it'll be glorious. I think there was a little bit, obviously, where we did realistic cars for that one race last season, and I got absolutely screwed. Because they just assumed I was a lot quicker than I was. I think they've been fairly kind to me this time. But there is, I believe, a method in their madness. Oh, come on. But, I mean, Baku is a circuit that I quite like anyway. It's just one where you've got to stay in such a flow. The only thing that scares me, though, of course, is if we get some rain at the weekend. Obviously, if we get rain, then I'm in trouble. Well, I'm not in trouble. Everybody's in trouble. It just means the race can be a lot less predictable. Not been given a car. I've been given the Voyager 2 probe, so I can fly at like 30,000 miles an hour around the track. It's going to be fantastic. Well, so far then, free practice is going all right. Getting some decent laps on the board. Stream today if it's a Williams. Hey, welcome in, Vods, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hey, no worries, Alex. Happy to help with all the setups inside F125. Yeah, this setup feels pretty good, though. Nice and early on. I might just save it as like a baseline one, ready for tomorrow. Yeah, the Williams should be quite a competitive car, to be fair. Like, I think the Williams is probably going to be one of those cars here where they could put, you know, someone theoretically better in what is theoretically a worse car, and it should be pretty competitive. Be able to hang on quite nicely. I think when I tested it, it's the second fastest car in the game. Well, that's what you got to be careful of. Just overcommitting on entry and then panicking. Like, you can brake just past the 100, but I'm just not sure you want to every time. And the other one, of course, is not nudging the walls. Almost hit a Charles Leclerc. Oh, no. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if people have, like, confirmed what car they're in and stuff still. So I've honestly got no idea. Wait, that invalidates? Okay. Didn't realise that. So you cannot run wide through there. I mean, Baku, you think on paper, track limits shouldn't be much of a concern here. It is just a couple of corners around that part of the lap. There's pretty much nowhere else you can actually corner cut apart from down here. But it's also going to be a race of just protecting your front wing, I think, for most people. Has James confirmed what car he's in, is he? He could be in trouble. You can brake at the 100-meter board, I'm pretty certain, but it's just a really horrible corner to get slowed down for. Just because if you try and maximize the width, you can bobble over the curb. Like, if you try and go like this, you obviously brake over it, and sometimes the car will slow down, sometimes it won't. That's where it gets really tricky. I play this game for a living, and I still can't do the castle section. To be fair, IRL Formula 1 drivers do that for a living, and not even they can always get the castle section. Oh, has Alex been leaking who's driving where? Fair enough. Mr. Gillen, eh? Can't get any speed through Sector 2. Sector 2 is a really, really odd one here. Because at least with Sector 1, just every corner is just a sharp 90. Sector 2, there's a lot more variety. I mean, the big danger corner is the end of Sector 2, isn't it? That downhill left-hander. That's where you got to be really careful. Just because otherwise, it's so easy just to snag the brake on the way in, not get the car slowed down. And if you're not going to make the corner, you have to back out really early. Just because of the way the escape road is. It's a really good corner. It's a really good technical challenge. But again, it's somewhere where there's likely going to be chaos. I mean, it's fairly easy to work out roughly where a lot of people will be. I reckon you could drive a real F1 car. I reckon I could very slowly. There's not a chance I could handle the G-forces and everything like that, though. Yeah, see, that works quite nicely. I'm happy with just using the single button bind. There we go. I think we've done alright in that practice program. Ooh, make sure I don't get done for speeding. That's the other one I've got to learn. Will we have to pit under... I was going to say under green, but that sounds very NASCAR-esque. You know what I mean. Not fancy watching FP2. Isn't FP2 near enough over? Oh no, it started at... Oh, did it start at 1? I thought it started at 12:30. Ah, perhaps I shouldn't have started the stream so early. My bottle yesterday annoyed me as well. Right. What else have I got? I just need to do qualifying sim run, don't I? And then I think we'll have smashed out free practice. I think the Merc's a nice car here as well. As I said in co-op, this Merc's got quite a lot of front end, and that's very useful. Obviously, co-op Monday night, 2 for 2. Absolutely love that. Gives us a bit of confidence. As we head, you know, obviously we want to try and win the championship. I've got to win a championship in co-op against Gary. I was gutted as well, man. It was how late in the day it went wrong is always the thing for me. I feel like I can run super well throughout the entirety of the races, and then we just get something eggy right at the very end. Like, looking up towards the front, I don't think we could have beaten Brandon realistically. He's just so good on the ovals. But we were definitely in contention. You know, we had good fuel. We were going to make it. You know, I felt confident in the car as well. But that's the way racing goes sometimes. But obviously, the more kind of longer races we do like that and everything, hopefully the better it will become. Podium was definitely on the cards. I mean, it's Indy, isn't it? Anything can happen. It could have been a podium. We could have been turned on the final lap and ended up, like, 15th. As luck would have it, we ended up 17th anyway, which is, you know, just like, well, one position below, obviously, midway. So, we didn't do horrendously. We still beat a lot of cars. But it just always feels like we get shafted as soon as they're not doing that many cautions anymore. Which is a bit of a shame. Ooh. That's the thing as well, getting the car spotted. I don't know what the ERS strats are around here, to be honest. I don't think, yeah, you haven't got much battery to really use, have you? So you have got to be a bit careful with it. Just make sure we don't run out of battery on the run to the line. Oh, no! No, 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 no! I pressed the wrong one! That's what I've got to be careful doing. Stingray normally crashes way before I did. Oh, I didn't activate the DRS, I just don't want to do another lap. Oh, I'm not sure we're going to do it anyway. Damn it! That's a shame.
Okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
I don't want to keep burning through sets of softs. So we'll take the 2. Yeah, we gotta make sure I use the battery. No Stingray slander. I love Stingray, Rob, but who would rather be sim racing than watching free practice? I just don't tend to watch free practice that much. Especially a lot of the time when it just gets red flagged constantly. Sometimes, like, if I'm editing and stuff, I'll have it on in the background. But, yeah. I think we're ready for qualifying now. Oh, I'm just going to save that setup quickly. Just because it's a bit more aggressive than what I normally run. So we will do that. CS Baku V1. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right, are we ready for qualifying then, chat? Do we think we're ready to move into quali? Let's go for it. Where did you place in the Indy 500? We came 17th in the end.
It's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
There we go. We were 1.1 seconds quicker than Lando Norris by the end of that. Spaniards 3rd and 4th, just ahead of Antonelli. Verstappen down in 7th. I mean, Leclerc will be quick when we get into qualifying. He'll be a big one. We did get beat by Mr. James early. He was more than 6 laps down. But still. It is what it is. Josh, thank you for the GG, buddy, over on TikTok. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We didn't get enough R&D for another upgrade. That's a bit of a shame. I made the mistake of opening the ice cream in front of my bird. James will probably beat me at some point in CS. He was going to beat me in Vegas. Until that last lap, just ridiculous moment. What a way to end the season. James has just messaged me. Bro, why did you start spamming random letters in the chat yesterday? To try and get rid of my penalty. How you found the AI since the update? They're definitely better. They're not perfect, but they're definitely better than they were. Get your predictions in though, ladies and gents. If you're on Twitch, you can bet your noggins. If you're on YouTube, Kick, or TikTok, you can obviously let me know in chat where do you think we're going to qualify. But come over to Twitch and win some points. Obviously, oh, it's 3-session qualifying, isn't it? I forgot about that. So we want to ideally try and make it through Q1 if we can on mediums. So we'll wait and see what times others do. Hamilton 39.7. So if we can go sub 40, I'll be happy. Duh. Hey, Bokman and Liam. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh, hello. That was a what? Oh, it's because I use my keyboard, isn't it? Forgot about that. Don't come to Twitch, you'll cry. That seems... that would be a bit sad. Oh, this is the other thing as well. You've got to make sure you play the ERS strats on the run to the line. You cannot start a lap here with, like, 60%. Medium tyres, next to no grip. Well, those first couple of corners were probably already half a second down, I would have thought. But once we get some temperature in the tyre, then we should be a bit better. I think you just want to use any of your extra battery right at the end of the lap. Circuit seems to be ramping up, though. Leclerc now going fastest. Come on. So I'm trying to remember, chat, as well. I think next weekend is Bathurst 1000. So I believe James and I are both planning on soloing it, but obviously soloing it together like we did last year. So that'll probably be Saturday morning. So that race will be about 6 hours, and then we'll have to do Create Series in the evening. Obviously, if we survive Bathurst, which is highly unlikely. Alright, come on. Oh, I started using battery, didn't I? That was stupid. Make sure once you get them into 8th gear, you deploy a little bit on the run back round to the line. As we'll just get down to about 10%, and then we'll come back off it Just as you activate the DRS, that should be alright. It's going to be a 140.7 P8. When you factor in Sector 1, I mean, we had an absolute stinker through that first sector. That's not bad going in the end. The next iRacing CS race will be next Thursday night. I'll have a lot of streams next week. So tonight, oh yeah, I'm going, well, we're actually going to see my parents. But we're going for tea, which I might have forgotten about. So, we lost 4/10 Sector 1, we gained 4/10 Sector 2, and lost half a second in Sector 3. Do I need to run less aero? That's surely not going to be the way around here, is it? How little aero do you want to run around this track? Maybe we do want to run less aero. I've got no idea. I think we're safely into Q2, though. I think. There's like a second back to Yuki. We should be safely through, surely. Hey, welcome in, Raxel. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh, what racing formula is iRacing next week? I don't remember. I can't remember what next week is. I believe the final week is Formula 1 cars. But last night was like our final special event. Let me have a look quickly. So, next week is... Oh, Pro 2 light trucks at Brands Hatch. Might go well for me, might be terrible. We'll wait and see. And then, yeah, the finale is Nürburgring in the Williams FW31. So, it should be good. This is not short qualifying, it is full qualifying. Otherwise, I would have gone back out there. It's the Pro light trucks. There's only like one racing truck on iRacing. It's just the slower one of that, basically. But I've never done Brands Hatch Rallycross, so that'll probably be a disaster. Right. So, I mean, that first run's been alright. We can definitely, we need to be down in the 39s, don't we? But I wonder if we'll see 38s. I'm not convinced this is going to be the best track for the Merc, to be completely honest now. I just don't think it's got enough straight line speed.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
Exactly, Mark. I will know exactly what corners can be done flat out. And it will be glorious. To be fair, I actually quite like the Williams F1 car on iRacing. It's the 2009 car, so you haven't got DRS, you haven't got KERS on it or anything like that. It is just going to be down to raw speed. Oh, I need to change that ERS, don't I? I've got to remember to make sure that we're not using ERS towards the start-finish line. You can use, I'm sure, a little bit of hot lap on the way into T1, just to give yourself a bit of extra speed. But we're starting the lap with, like, only 2/3 battery. I think you want to use a little splash off of the corners as well, perhaps? I believe Bathurst will be 8 AM. 8 till about 3, I would have thought. Oh. Easy does it. Oh, what? No! Oh, that's a disaster. Right, at least it'll give us a chance to recharge the pack. We're taking a fair bit out of the tyres, but we can go for another run. I've got to remember that corner, man. It's like one of the only ones you can get done for track limits. Hey, good to have Mini Dart back. James, I just saw your WhatsApp. The reason I was spamming random letters in chat last night was I was trying to type about my penalty. Oh, I've got no fuel. That's stupid. So I was hoping just by hitting my keyboard they would know. And to be fair, Scotty came to my stream and did sort it out for me. But I did the same thing you did. I forgot to reapply my fast repair before I got into the box. So that's why I was nowhere at the end. Because I basically lost all of the laps and couldn't do anything. Hey, welcome in, Taser. Hope you're doing well, mate. What's my favourite series I've done across the F1 games? The F1 2021, my team was a really good fun. I remember that game was great. I think it was F2 in the Teo Porsche career. I think we went into Abu Dhabi and there were still 7 drivers mathematically with a chance at the championship. That was pretty wild. It was a good race apart from 95% of it. Well, we basically did the opposite, James. You had a terrible most of the race and then had a decent end. I had a decent most of the race and a terrible end, which was frustrating. Hey, Henry, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So, 4,000's in it between the McLarens. Lando, though, quicker than Oscar. Alonso up in P3. Just ahead of both Ferraris. Tsunoda quicker than Verstappen. Antonelli is just outside the top 10. But yeah, we need to get close to the 39s. Don't know why the Merc feels slow here. I think I'm just going to bolt on a fresh set for the end of this session. I think we should be good. Wait, so what happened to you then, James? Because I assumed that you forgot to re-enable your fast repair and therefore had to take the damage. I assumed that was what happened to you. Because that's what happened to me right at the end. I think I got taken out 3 times and then did cause my own crash a couple of times as well. But I still had a couple of fast repairs at the end. Right. I had 12 minutes of repairs, then after the car just wouldn't move, so I had to restart. Oh, how odd. How very odd. But so I literally told my stream, I was like, go yell at James, make sure he stays, because he'll get those laps back. I'm not an iPhone user, but I think the 17 looks a bit weird, to be honest. Not that I'd be interested in buying one anyway. Right. Are we good to go out? I think we're good. We've got to get on with it. I've got to nail this lap. We also did go airborne twice properly. Right, I'm going to try and remember to use my binds. Right, we'll make sure I've got a full charge on the battery as we head back round. This is quite critical now, all of a sudden. I've got to try and make sure I absolutely nail this lap, otherwise we're going to be in big trouble. Annoyingly, obviously, we don't have a delta either, which is a bit of a shame. But let's go back into a hot lap then. And let's go. One final lap here of Q2 in Baku. Oh, really try and get the car tucked in early. Not doing a bad job, but not doing a great one. Rattling up against that wall on the exit. We'll use a bit of battery off the corner. I said I don't need my greatest lap ever. I just need a decent one. There's Verstappen into the drop zone temporarily. That would be quite a storyline now. Verstappen's improved. Oh, I've hit the wall. I'm making a hash of this.
Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
If wall, I hit it apparently. Come on, little Mercedes. I've got no idea so far whether this lap would be good enough for Q3 or not. It's not been my best. Don't run wide.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
We've certainly got a lot of ERS ready for the end of the lap. Am I in hot lap? Or did I accidentally leave it on medium? Have I completely messed this up? Oh, we're purple. No! Oh, track limits, man. Was I over the white line there? Was I really over the white line? Oh, man. Yeah, I think we'll start from the back. We'll take engine pens. I put 55% wear through the tyre on that lap. That is diabolical. Oh, that's disappointing. Sorry, chat. This is why we need to do the practice in this. Rather than in CS tomorrow. I'd rather make that mistake now than in CS. But I'm sorry for the points that have been lost. Out in Q2. Alongside Ollie Behrman, Jack Doohan, Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly. Shocking. I mean, it was either going to be myself or Antonelli, I guess. So at least there's solace in knowing that the other Mercedes made it through. But yeah, that's been a bit of a stinker right at the end of the session. That has been a real stinker. I mean, Hulkenberg made it through. Why is Hulk nuts in this series? At Monza, he was doing really well, wasn't he, as well? Hulkenberg's just goated for some reason in this championship. I have no idea how. But, I mean, I guess it's time for the race, though. Like I said, we're bolting a fresh engine. Ready for this one. But that is disappointing. Hey, welcome in, Romy. Hope you're doing well, buddy. To be fair, this is only round 3 in this career mode. So Jack Doohan hasn't been here that long yet. But probably. It's only a 10-race season. It's really odd. We started this campaign and then immediately there was a 6-month break before Zandvoort. Get your predictions in though, ladies and gents. Let me know where you think we're going to finish the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Will we finish the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? If you're on Twitch, you can bet your noggins. If you're on YouTube, Kick, or TikTok, you can let me know down in the comments below. We've had an absolute stinker to begin with. So yeah, we're going to start from the back of the field. This is now effectively a last question mark challenge. But hopefully we can still do well in the race. Like I said, I'd rather make that mistake in qualifying than in the race. And maybe pick up a penalty. I'm hoping in the next few weeks we should get the LH44 career mode completely wrapped up. You'll get driver of the day last to first. I would not complain if I got last to first here. I would be very happy with that. When you take over the F1 commentary job, Sky have got my number. Actually, Sky do have my email address, so they can hit me up whenever they like. Right, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for this, Nate. I was really hoping we could smash through qualifying, get a decent top 10. But I've messed myself over. I think we start on hards and take them as far as we can. My biggest weakness with Baku is I lean up on the walls too much. And obviously you can't really do that on F125. So that's what I've got to be really careful with. One stop easy. The hard tyres can do the entire race around here. Like, it's not a difficult circuit to nail.
You're expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes. And
Iceland does kebab meat? I don't think I've ever set foot in Iceland. Or Iceland the country, for that matter.
And 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city through
PSGL have got some good commentators, man. So did WOR.
However, as beautiful as the
Then, of course, the GOAT F1 commentator, STB Moldy. I just don't think there's an Iceland anywhere near where I live.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue to the grid today,
Ferrari front row lockout? Are you having a lap? McLaren tied? Why is that? Why are Ferrari so good in this game and so bad IRL?
And Nico Hulkenberg, Behrman, Doohan,
It's something that exists here. Dexty.
Bortoletto, Stroll, Esteban Ocon.
Sprint calendar next year, terrible.
Gasly.
Apart from Silverstone.
Ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track.
So many bad tracks have been picked for sprints next year. Singapore will... The only thing that will make Singapore interesting... That's wrong. Oh no, because it was European Grand Prix the year before. Singapore will be interesting because, of course, the sprint race will be done in the day or in the evening. Ferrari delusion is now in the F1 game. Absolutely. We got to beat the Ferraris here. They're clearly taking inspiration from the LH44 career. So I think apart from obviously trying to get George up towards the top of the championship, I think if we can win this in-game championship as well, I'd be happy. Ellie Legend, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Radio check. Now, I know this isn't
And F1 Edits, welcome on in, buddy.
But given we're back here at the back of the grid, it means there's an opportunity to move forward. I've seen you karting back in the day. Let's go and do it again.
Right, come on then. It's race time here in Baku. Like I said, the team believe the one stop is definitely doable. The hard tyres just do not wear around this track. I think tomorrow, honestly, the goal will be try and give ourselves 2 sets of hards so that we've got a bit more fight in us. I want to run a bit of extra fuel, though. Just because I think fuel burn will be a bit high around this track. But we shall wait and see. Obviously, we've got the formation lap as well, don't I? Got to remember that. This is like a full immersion series. Yeah, Mark seems to be watching a lot of people karting in their younger years. Little bit creepy. Mark was the one guy at the go-kart track that every week was asked which child was his. And he'd always turn around and run away. So we've got to be careful of young Mark inside this game. I'm getting the word. That's such a funny video. So we have a thing now in the UK. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it before. Maybe it's a thing elsewhere as well. Called Too Good To Go. Which is basically an app that you can download that shows you, obviously, food that is available nearby that is, like, heavily discounted. That obviously you can pick up. So normally, like, you can use... Like, obviously, the stuff's still in date. It's absolutely fine to consume. But, like, there's cupcakes on there that go on sale near us that are normally, like, 15 quid. But they often go on for 3. Fantastic. Like, it can be 75% off some of it. Even more occasionally. And yeah, Matt212 and I have really started using it. Would highly recommend. Hey, welcome in, Amir. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I don't think I'll change up the format for the LH44 career mode before it ends. Just because, obviously, that series is more designed to also serve for videos. Obviously, I don't do videos of this series. So it's kind of a bit easier to manage. Because obviously this is just, you know, I don't do a proper YouTube intro or anything like that. I just talk to you guys freely. I don't have to worry about, like, trying to do a normal video commentary for race starts, that kind of thing. If you don't get a snack pack on a night out, you haven't actually had a night out. Thought you were going to say 2-tier policing. I think we'll agree to disagree on that one, Connor. At least if you're in the UK. Right, come on then. Ferrari front row lockout. How do you get the telemetry up on screen? That is a separate app on PC called Race Labs. I do pay for the pro version that I believe gives us its telemetry, but I would highly recommend it anyway. Right, come on then. We've got a lot of cars actually starting on the hards at the back of the field. Try and get a little bit of temperature into the tyre. Try and get the car nice and square. Oh, there we go. That's pretty much perfect. Azerbaijan Grand Prix then. 51 laps ahead of us. It's 5 red lights. Oh, and it is lights out. And away we go then. A little bit of wheel spin through the initial launch. How aggressive will everybody be down in towards turn 1 there? Gasly trying to have luck over the outside of Hajar. In front of me is all 3 Frenchmen at the start of this one as well. We'll have a bit of a cheeky send to the inside. Make sure we get it wedged over that inside curb there, and we won't even get the run off the corner. Maybe we will on Pierre Gasly. I don't think we have. That's a little bit of a shame. So we will immediately try and put the car down into... Ooh, okay. Don't know how we're getting that run. Oh, my binds are working. They're just not showing up on the HUD for some reason. That's alright then. But there we go. We made a couple of places off the start, which I guess is good news. So I think one of the Ferraris has lost out to one of the McLarens as well. I don't know which Ferrari that is out in P1, but they've got a nice, healthy lead at the start of this one. I do not want to make it too wide with Lance Stroll. The AI, if you try and go side by side with him down there, will just immediately hit the inside wall. So you have got to be super, super careful. But obviously, goal as always is just trying to settle down into a rhythm. I will probably do I Am Stupid at some point. Recovered from last night. Oh, Hayden, you ran really well, mate. I was gutted right at the end. I thought we were going to get a decent result. And then I got damaged at completely the wrong time. Which ultimately screwed me. Which was a huge shame. But it is what it is. Hamilton on top in FP2 IRL. Is it Hamilton still leading the way in this series? Yes, it is. Lewis Hamilton with a decent lead by the end of lap 1 then, as Isaac Hadjar immediately trying to get the run on me. So, are we going to be able to try and get a run back around the outside of him? Late on the brakes. Oh, in towards turn 1. We'll hang on to the spot. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, Hayden? Like, it's kind of like the magic of Indy, but also the pain that is Indy as well. Like, so many people had stuff go wrong early on, and it doesn't matter. But you just get caught out at the wrong time, and it really punishes you. And I always seem to get screwed over when they're not doing live penalty removal anymore. Creator Series, I will be live streaming on Twitch. Live streaming on Twitch, YouTube on the main channel, TikTok, and probably Kick, I would have thought. On all your favourite social platforms. Right, we're just settling in. See, I think there's definitely a bit of time to be found there, just attacking that curb. Can definitely try and get a bit of a run off that corner. P18. We started P20. I messed up my qualifying run, so I took engine pens. Are we able to get a run on Stroll? Yeah, there you go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. So this is, as always, being done on 110 AI. So I don't believe Baku is the best track in the world for the AI inside this game. But it is what it is. Yeah, you and me both, Hayden. when we got towards the pit stop cycle, I think it was about half distance. I was like, I'm just going to try and lead some laps. I want to be at the front of the stream just for a short period. Hey, thank you for the follow, Amir, though. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. So our goal still is to try and hit 10k followers on Twitch by the end of the year. So it would be greatly appreciated if you're new. If you haven't already, please do consider hitting that follow button. Oh, what's going on? Come on, lads. Esteban Ocon. Getting the elbows out. Trying to defend from from Bortoletto. Do you think EA will fix the AI on F126? I'm sure they will come with their own set of unique characteristics. Yeah, the dirty air was quite bad. I was still able to make decent progress by using the fuel maps. But yeah, I mean, the aero wash was so... The setup that we were running, I don't know what they'd done to that fixed setup, but it was so understeery. No wonder it gave people problems. Yeah, Ferrari, you've checked out at the front of this one. That does not bode well for Mercedes in the constructors. What is Bortoletto doing? Why is he so slow? What was that? He just parked it on the inside. Apparently this is now my favourite place to overtake. Like, why was he so slow down into Sector 3? What was going on there? Alright, I've got to make sure I stay in the DRS, though. So Leclerc's got a bit of pace over Lewis, but both of them look pretty racy at the moment. Yeah, I wasn't changing the ARBs or anything like that too much, to be honest. I didn't actually mind the car being understeery, because I knew everybody was suffering with it. But if you use the fuel maps, then you could get a lot more bite from the front end with the different throttle mapping, which was useful. TK did have connection issues. He was all over the show throughout most of it, which was quite fun to deal with when I was near him. What's Jack doing? Why are these guys having a tea party? To be fair, Ocon's making good progress early on. He started thinking about P17. He's up to 12, up to 13th even. So he's doing quite well in the early stages. Come on. It did make me chuckle. You could tell there were quite a few guys that had never raced Indy before. They just had no idea how, like, the etiquette or how to kind of handle it. Like, there were a couple of times where people would try and sit on your rear quarter into the corners, and it just would not work for both of you. You know, there was also a lot of see a crash in front, stay full throttle. I got a hilarious... Why are the AI doing this? What is that? Why are they trying to save battery there? I had a hilarious jump scare though, Hayden. I don't know if you saw it. Where about 4 cars in front of me managed to avoid someone who was flying back across the track, and I just T-boned them. And went straight through them. Hey, McLaren Shadow, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. I hope you've had a good stream. Was it Nan streaming today? I think it was, wasn't it? Oh no, I'm at the DRS. This is not good. Oh, come on. Esteban Ocon has got some speed early on. He's just picking cars off. It's never reassuring if our Merc is not quicker than... not quicker than a Haas car. Hey, hope you had a good stream, Nond. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? I'm terrible with names. It Now, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See, there you go, Pokédex. Well worth it. Well worth it. So, to raid on Twitch, you go... I think it's /raid and then type in their name. It works quite well. Now I know how to do it. It works really well. Oh, getting slidey. Come on. Feels like the opening few laps here have been too calm. I've heard way worse. I'm very lucky the fact that my name is pretty simple. Yeah, it kind of feels like early on, though, people are just starting to spread out a little bit. I mean, the Ferraris are gone. I don't know how they've done that up at the front, but they are waltzing away from everybody else in the early stages. But we should be able to get past Doohan now, then. We are P14, Bradson, because I started from the back of the field, because I messed up qualifying. Look at that. Yeah, we got decent speed. We got decent speed. I don't want to run much less wing than this tomorrow.
Great maneuver. You made it look so easy.
Just because you think it's all well and good running a little bit less wing, but then if you're so slippery through the corners, it's just not. You'll lose more time than you'll gain. I need to set up a button like that for raiding. I need like one set up for curbs for James, all that kind of thing, just for like the people I raid regularly. Branson, there's a long way left in this race, sir. We could definitely still recover to a decent result. We've had, what was it, 2 third places so far, I think? So we've been consistently decent so far this season. I mean, it's only 2 races. But I will look to keep that podium streak going. I'm basically doing a real-life George Russell. Does nothing for an hour and a half, P3. It's just what George does. But that was your first mistake, ever having faith in me. The AI is set to 110. They are maxed out AI. Oh, hello. Ocon wants to defend it. Maybe this wasn't the wisest move to try and go for. We'll get around him, though. Oh, he's on mediums. That'll explain how he moved through so well. Interesting. So, Leclerc, another new fastest lap. How is the tyre wear looking early on? We're getting 2% a lap on the rear. But I think I've nudged the wall a couple of times. But apart from that, we're doing alright. Ruben, thank you for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. Ooh. Horrible when you turn in too early for T1. An Ultra Drive, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the F2 crash at the end of qualifying was wild. I would have thought Stanek will get a grid drop for it.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
Whoa, that was that was a bit aggressive. But we kept Esteban Ocon at bay. Problem is, I think we're a lot better than the AI through Sector 2. So I don't want to then sit behind him through a sector where we're quick. Because we should be able to get into the range of Behrman quite soon. But yeah, DRS is so important. Ugh. Bottas subs in and wins. A Bottas win, I think, would feed families. Redemption for, when was it, 2018? I was actually trying to download tools for the Stream Deck this morning, and for some reason their marketplace just would not work. Oh, we got yellows. Oh, Carlos Sainz. That's a pretty scary place to go bang. First retirement of the afternoon, though, for Carlos. So now this is suddenly a battle for the final points-paying position. I'm kind of hoping that isn't a safety car, to be honest. But big disappointment then for Carlos Sainz early on. Oh, that is late on the brakes to the outside of Behrman. We will make it through, though. Up then into the top 10 after just 8 laps. I mean, we've got around most of the cars we should have. I think we can get past Antonelli fairly quickly, and then after that, things will be a bit more difficult. Hey, thank you, Ruben. I appreciate it, buddy. Ugh! Don't read chat. Gotta be careful with that. Don't read chat into the braking zones. So I wanted to know your guys' opinion as well. Obviously, when I'm doing like creative series or when I'm doing more competitive online events. Thoughts and feelings, obviously. I'm not going to completely ignore chat and stuff, but thoughts and feelings, obviously, on me not reading chat as much, not talking as much. Because in my head, it's kind of like, unless you're really fighting right at the front, people are just going to tune out. Because, like, they don't just want to watch someone sit in silence running in, like, P13 or anything like that, do they? Like, I know I can't read chat as much when doing that kind of thing. But I still try to read it a fair bit. Want you to have a good... Well, this is the balance, isn't it? I want to obviously get good results, but I also want to have an engaging stream. Like, there's no point... Like, no one wants to tune in to watch me just go around for an hour and a half like this.
Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag
Like,
ahead.
sensibly. Yeah, I've got to concentrate on the race, but I also, you know, I guess my logic always is that kind of... I really appreciate you guys coming out and watching. So I kind of want to almost give you something back in that regard. I don't know, it's just weird. It's just one of those things that plays on my mind. Mark, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You'll manage to entertain yourselves. I would also say, yeah, we've got a very, very good community.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Can we get a run on Alonso? This isn't... Nah, it's too far back.
Okay, George. Engine's running very, very hot. Engine's running
Oh, that's
hot.
the other
Let's
one.
try and keep it cooler.
Engine management, well, will be tricky. Oh, there you go. So you don't get a warning for that, though. You can really attack that curb quite a lot. But it's just avoiding making any kind of error through the castle, isn't it? That's going to be the big thing. Just read chat when it's lower risk. Yeah, I think that's sensible. It ultimately as well depends on the circuit. Some tracks it's obviously much easier to than others. Yeah, we'll do it at Nico Hulkenberg career mode before the end of F1 25. I would have thought. Start a karaoke party in chat. Yeah, I see that happening. Exactly, on a long straight like this I can read chat.
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 2.5 seconds.
Well, I don't almost go into the back of Hulk. Those scenarios where I've got the DRS that I need to be better at saving battery. Like, if I'm not going to get a run on the car in front, just flicking it down.
Okay, that wasn't quite what we needed there, I'm afraid. But listen, not to worry. Get your head down and chin up, and let's focus for the rest of this race.
It's annoying me now that it's not flashing up anymore. I actually quite liked that. It just gave me that confirmation. Unless I can get, like, something that shows me what ERS mode I'm in. Oh, we got yellows. Someone's had issues. I think that's a car behind. Is that an I think that's Lance Stroll has done something. I think Stroll's just span. I don't think it's too much cause for concern. Of course it's Lance Stroll. Oh no, I think it was Alonso. We got a safety car. I think it was Alonso. What did Alonso do then, people? Will I even be able to go back and see? Yeah, he's just span, hasn't he? Tried to get on the throttle far too aggressively. And he's gone for a nice spin. Oh, Fernando! What is that? Look at that. Ready? Ready? And bang. How much is new front wing on a Formula 1 car? Is it 250k? Alonso's just put in the wall. Fantastic. Yeah, the Ferraris have been screwed over from that. I think we can afford to stay out. Our tyres are not... Yeah, look at that. Tyre wear has not gone up.
Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
I'll be intrigued to see whether AI dive into the pit lane, though. Because if you're on mediums, I think it'll be worth it. So Hulkenberg might. I don't know if anybody else... I would assume the Ferraris were on mediums. That's how they got such a big gap. And then I would guess like the Red Bull and the McLarens are on hards. Both Ferraris stay out. Interesting. Yeah, maybe Fernando with a 1000 IQ play. Leave the debris down so we have to get a safety car. That's the kind of thing I can see Alonso doing. So my assumption that the Ferraris were on hards and everybody else was on mediums might have been completely backward. Everybody else is going to peel into the pit lane, so I'm hoping we can move up into P3. Because we're going to be close with Verstappen on pit lane exit. Are we going to get him? Yes. Oh, only just. 0.2 of a second there. We had to use battery to try and make sure I got around him. Double medium could work, but I'm just not convinced it's worth it. I'm happy on this set of hards at the moment, so I'm just going to keep extending the stim. Problem is, we've only got one set of hard tyres, and I'd rather just use them once. So if we ended up with like a red flag in 5 laps or something, then I'd be in big trouble. If I'd already boxed. Hey, we're almost up to the front then. And I know, obviously, like I said, we can take these tyres deep into the Grand Prix as well, so shouldn't be much of a concern there. I would assume as well we'll end up getting more safety cars in CS tomorrow. Hey, welcome in BSJ. The opening laps have been pretty good. We just quietly picked up a few cars. Just now had a safety car for Alonso spinning. So we're up to P3 because of it. But pretty much everyone behind me has just pit. The Ferraris in front, though, have opted to stay out. But Ferrari looks very quick here. So it is what it is. If George did that IRL, Max would lose it. To be fair, Max had a delta to stick to. I didn't. Like, we were absolutely within, like, fair Formula 1 rules then. He'll have still been under a pit lane exit delta. And until you get past this line, Max can't do anything about it. So we did overtake him fair and square. We are on lap 12 of 51. There is still a long ways to go. Oh, TikTok's got a warning message. I don't know why. Oh, I've lost my headphones, chat. This is not good. Right, let me... So I think I found a better way to fix them, which is why I was trying to download a macro yesterday. I think if I just turn the Bluetooth on and off on my PC, it works. If I go like that, hopefully we'll come back on. That seems to be a quick way of doing it. There we go. Oh, no, it didn't work. Oh, there it is. That's fine. Oh, no, it's delayed. Why does it keep doing this? So annoying. Is it delayed on stream now, the audio? I want to know whether it's like Streamlabs doing it. Yeah, my headphones might haunt me in CS tomorrow. Audio is not delayed. Okay. Stream is fine. It's not just like a tiny bit out. Stream is fine. Okay. No! Alright, I'm just gonna pause quickly. I'm gonna have that place back off max because I'm just trying to do this. See, why does that show up as that? It's very annoying. This is what it sometimes does. For some reason, what it does, chat, is it seems to think that my headphones are a headset. And I don't know why. So, what it does is, for some reason, at some point, it decides when I'm talking that it's a headset and that it needs to mute the headset for some reason. Oh, it's still delayed. Let me just try doing a full reset on him. I apologise. Oh, come on, Max. Alright, just gonna block him off.
Right, let's pick up the pace a touch, please. We need to close.
I got a 10-second penalty. Oh, this is not good. Right, let me try and restart him. If I can just keep holding it, it should just immediately come back on. Show Bluetooth devices. Come on. We're going to work. Right, we'll go like that. Oh, Max! Wait, I can overtake him? No, I can't. It's just a very annoying Windows thing.
Right, let's pick up the
Am I going to get another penalty?
We need to close to within 10 car lengths of the car ahead.
It is a very annoying Windows thing. I think it might be TikTok, though. I don't know whether it's TikTok that breaks it or something. It's very, very peculiar. And so I did manage to fix it a couple of days ago. It worked absolutely fine pretty much all day. And then since then, it's just been giving me problems again. Yeah, I might have to try. I'll see if I disable TikTok, whether it'll work. I didn't label it as the Indy 500. I don't know why, for some reason, it is showing up as the Indy 500. It's very annoying.
Okay, let's catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back. Remember, we need to stay within 10 car lengths of the next car.
Right, let's see if that's worked. Why have you come back to me flashbacking in a race? Because I'm trying to just fix it. Right, I'm going to bin TikTok off, see if it works. I'm going to try that. Let's see if that does the trick. Tudders, thank you for the follow, buddy. Apologies I missed the one from J Racing as well. Right, if I close that in its entirety, I go like that. I think it's TikTok that breaks it. It's fine now. I might genuinely stop streaming on TikTok. Because what annoys me with it is TikTok forces out the audio, even though I don't want it to. And I cannot do anything about that. It might genuinely be TikTok. If we get no more issues with it now, I'm blaming TikTok Studio. And its terrible interface. Like, yesterday, they ended my stream because I went 5 minutes without talking. Oh, sorry, I went 5 minutes without getting a chat message. How is that fair on, like, small creators that don't get that many followers? Or don't get that many people in? It's literally just only willing to incentivize more popular streamers. Is it working now? Does it seem fine? Like, on my end, it's fine again. Which should mean it's fine for you guys, I would hope. Yeah, it seems to. I reckon it's TikTok that's doing it. Honestly. I reckon TikTok is what breaks these. Ugh. Yeah, like I said, if we get no more problems with it, I'm going to blame TikTok Studio.
When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
I have already got hands-free telephony disabled. Let's say I've been through that. So I reckon it might be TikTok that does it. Right, when is Lewis going to go, though? Right, come on, we can get a good restart on Charles. I'll try and time the run. Let's go. Whoa. Charles immediately is going to put the defense on me. Can we split the Ferraris off the restart? Yes, we can. And up then into P2. All cold tyres. Nice and easy. Yeah, I've been through kind of like all the basic stuff. Like I said, I think it might genuinely be TikTok that keeps breaking it. Charles.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Right, I cannot lose the DRS range to Lewis. That's the other goal. Got to try and keep up with Lewis Hamilton. We could get out of Charles Leclerc's range. That would work quite well. So Verstappen then, he might be able to go to the end from here.
Everything's looking good.
But say the race pace of that Red Bull doesn't look fantastic, but he might be able to go to the end. I would assume though, even if he can, Ferrari is still going to be a threat. Oh no, we'll have to get rid of TikTok. Oh no, anyway. I occasionally watch cricket with Matt212.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Like, what annoys me so much as well with TikTok streaming is you have to do it through their own platform. You cannot access your stream key, everything like that. It's so badly set up. But they do pay you to do it. Not much, but they do just pay you to live stream. So it's kind of like, eh.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. Okay,
and obviously I've got quite a lot of followers on there. So it's well worth it, obviously, for the exposure. It's just annoying. Like I said, if we get no more issues, though, throughout the race, then I'll probably just bin it off. Because if that's what occasionally does our audio syncing, then that's very annoying. I think Windows has a bit of issues, and then TikTok as well. Yeah, Mark is always Captain Obvious. Gotta be careful of him. Maybe retire TikTok and become a full-time Kick streamer. We did recently hit 100 followers on Kick. So, you know. There is that. Maybe it's time. Ugh, ooh. Don't want to do that. Right, I think we might have just about got Saul out of the range. Maybe. I have to use a bit of battery out the final corner just to make sure I keep him there. I think we've done it, though. I think Saul is out of the range. So, maybe now this is just going to be a fight between myself and Lewis for a little while. Can I go from last to first in 16 laps here in Baku? Is Lewis going to cut me off? Yeah, of course he is. I mean, well within his right to do so there, but... Well, able to get a run in, though, down this next straight. Come on. Come on. To the outside of Lewis Hamilton, then, for the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Late. Oh, on the brakes. I locked up the rear. Hamilton hit the wall.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
But up to P1, then, in just 16 laps. Now we get a good chance again to test what the speed of the car is like.
Okay, George. That's Hamilton behind. We want to keep them behind, please. This is super critical for our strategy.
Right, let's see if we can get him out of the DRS then. That'll be goal number 1. I don't know if he picked up front wing damage. Did he? Yes, Hamilton definitely picked up front wing damage there. We just locked the rears up slightly around his outside and gave him a bit of a squeeze, but he did hit that wall all on his own. It is a battle of the former teammates. Actually, I don't know. Has he got damage? He seems to be alright. Sometimes it just takes the AI a few corners to get back up to speed. I've no idea, honestly. He might be damaged, he might not. Either way, we've got him out of the range, which is good news. Try to brake at the 100 meter board for T1. That's pretty much where I am braking. Close the comment borders. Oh, toast. Yeah, we are basically braking. Oh no, are we braking at the 100 or are we braking at the 150? I've got no idea. Either way, I don't want to brake much later than where I am. So Leclerc's now moved up into second then. Norris is up to fourth ahead of Verstappen. But it's Oscar Piastri, that's the big one we need to outscore. Yo, Alex, thank you for the raid, buddy. Ugh. I got thrown off by Alex raiding me. I might have brought out a red flag. Come on, go, go, go. Safety car, red flag. Bottler raids Bottler. The timing on that wasn't fantastic. I mean, that's good going, even by my standards. Oh, Gideon, I watched your last lap at Indy last night, man. You were a bit unlucky there. But as I said on my stream, I just know full well you were going to be really annoyed with that mistake. But, that being said, what on earth were you doing trying to bump draft someone in IndyCar? Like, I think you damaged your own wing by trying to give the car in front a push. And that's what gave you all the understeer down at turn 3. Even on last lap, you don't try to bump draft people in IndyCar, man. It's ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Like that was, well, as soon as I saw you like getting close to the guy in front, I was like, God, he's gonna really try and go for this last second, isn't he? And then you just pushed him. I was like, hey, that's not really how that works. Welcome on in though to all the new viewers.
There's a good opportunity to get this start spot on. Come on.
I am, according to Alex, the worst rated driver in Creator Series. I've got 0 rating, apparently. Wait, how is Piastri now first? Where's he come from? Okay. I guess then he found his way through all the red flag stuff quite well. Seeing why in this race. That's my first mistake. I'd gone from the back of the field to first, with the help of a safety car. I just completely locked the rears up. I'm trying some different setups ready for tomorrow. So I'm trying to see what works and what doesn't. See, I was just gutted though last night because I'd ran so many laps right up towards the front, and then as soon as Gareth said they're not doing as many, or black flag removals, immediately I'd get one that then doesn't get taken away, which was very sad. Come on. I'm braking at 120 meters from T1. I am okay with that. It's not a corner you want to outbrake yourself at, to be honest. So I would rather brake a little bit early and roll the car in than brake too late, honestly. So I'm not going to complain. But Oscar Piastri then seems to be the one with the pace now. Charles Leclerc still in third. I mean, that's worked out well for Hamilton, because even if he had a little bit of front wing damage, he'd obviously been able to get rid of that now and should be able to fight. Are Ferrari back? I mean, Baku should on paper be a strong circuit for them, or a stronger circuit. But they need a perfect storm of something happening to McLaren if they want to win. It might well be that we see Charles get a 5th pole in a row at Baku and then not able to do anything with it. That could happen. Leo, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, come on. And Matt as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Oscar's going for it off this restart, though, I tell you what. He's really trying to see if he can create a bit of a gap. Wants to try and get me out of the DRS range before it becomes a problem for him. Yeah, walls are not your friend in Formula 1. Got to be careful of the walls. Especially that inside wall there.
Okay, we need to push now.
Maybe I can brake a little. Actually, to be fair, the braking zones are slightly bigger in the My Team car as it's got quicker inside this game. Just because you're carrying a lot more speed, you get a lot more engine performance than you do braking performance on F125. So you actually got to brake slightly earlier with the My Team car in a lot of places. War Eagle, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, welcome to the Twitch side of life, Matt. You won't regret it.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Oscar. Come on, man. Get on with it. So, looks like 5 of us have got a breakaway then. Myself. No, might be 6, actually. Myself, both McLarens, both Ferraris, and Max seem to have got away from Hulkenberg. I think that is in 7th. Alright, I've got to make sure I give the AI on the inside some room. There you go. That works. We're going to round the outside of Oscar, then back into P1. So, now I'm trying to have a look for it immediately. Careful of the walls. Do I know who my CS teammate is this season? I've got no idea, actually. Off the top of my head. I've got no idea.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Cyclone, thank you for the follow. We must be getting close to 8100 now on Twitch, chat. Oh, so I think Leclerc's just absolutely helped me out there. Because I think he's slowed up Oscar a bit, and that's given us some room to breathe. Ooh, purple through that middle sector, that's good. Jamsy as well, thank you for the follow. Do you use mods? Not in this series. We were able to take turn 9 and turn 10 flat at Australia because we weren't running loads of downforce, but I was definitely running a bit more. Again, as the My Team car gets more and more upgraded, you actually want to run a bit more downforce on it, just because you get a lot more straight line speed, but you don't get as much cornering. Yeah, there's no real teammates this season. I just don't know who my teammate is for round 1, especially. But yeah, where most of the upgrades to the cars either go on weight or power, they don't affect the other characteristics of the car as much.
Okay, George.
You run on more downforce, so obviously you can carry that speed through the corners. This is being recorded on PC. Oh, well. I've got to be so careful I don't do that tomorrow. If I pick up damage through that wall, I will be gutted. Why does the team want me to drain a load of ERS? So I will probably try and make sure that I post up next week's stream schedule. Probably tonight. Maybe tomorrow. So if you're not already in our Discord server, would highly recommend it. I post up when obviously I'm going to be going live each week. We have some good chats as well. Exclamation mark Discord. Get yourself involved. What are the regulations for CS? There are so many weird and wonderful rules for CS. I could not begin to list them all. Oh, Mark, I'm sorry to hear it, buddy.
Green flag.
Oh, yellows. Who's breaking down? I think that's a Sauber car maybe going slowly. I believe that might be Bortoletto then, who could become our second retirement of the day. Got no idea though. Could that be another safety car? We've already had one safety car and one red flag. No, it's Hulkenberg. Oh, so Bortoletto's running really well then at this stage of the afternoon. But Nico Hulkenberg then joins Carlos Sainz on the sidelines here in Baku. Disappointing end to the day for him. I've got no idea what wing I was running at Baku. Sorry, in Australia even. I would assume it was like 25, 26? But I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. I recorded that video like 3 weeks ago. Ugh. So it looks like Leclerc then is still going to be our closest competitor when it comes to raw speed. So he's able to stick nicely with me at the moment. Oscar's in third, still ahead of Lewis and Lando. But of course, Oscar Piastri is the one that we need to be outscoring. I keep forgetting, like, the actual point of this series is to try and close in on those McLarens. So we need the Ferraris to do quite well. Although, not too well. What do I normally run in Australia? Matt212 Racing on YouTube, but there is all my setups for the game. Or all, like, my baseline ones. If someone goes exclamation mark racing in Twitch chat, you'll be linked to that channel. Exactly, Dexty. I guess I need to change the command for that one now. Because I don't really do any other sim racing on there now. It's just all F on the setups. It just seems too easy. We're going up against 110 AI. I don't know why they're struggling so much at the moment. Baku is not one of their best tracks, though, to be fair. This is more about trying to get some laps in ready for the weekend. But yeah, the fact we've gone from last to first was massively helped by safety cars. But then since then, we've just got a fair bit of speed. I think the McLaren is still slightly quicker than the Ferrari. But Leclerc probably can make a difference. I might change it to setups. That's probably a good shout. I can't remember what I said my predictions were this weekend. I think I said Lando for pole ahead of Oscar in the race and then Leclerc third. I think that's what I went with. But I honestly can't remember. tell your mods the new commands. Yeah. I might try and go through at some point this weekend and sort out a few. Oh, no.
Okay, clear.
Cyber warning, as we've got more yellows out. Oh, that's a Red Bull! Is that a third DNF for the race, or is that a puncture for someone? They might not be able to limp that all the way around, though. So I think that might be Sonoda out of it. As apparently now I need to get much better at not scraping the wall on those right-hand side tyres. Because it does a lot of wear very, very quickly. Now, the weird mechanic is still in the game. That... Ah, another one. Come on. This is going to be like CS. 2 safety cars and a red flag. Right, I think we'll bolt on a fresh set of mediums. Oh no, I've only got a used set. I think they only did 1 lap in quali though, didn't they? So they should be fine. I certainly don't want to stick with this set. I could go back to the hards, I just don't think it's worth it. We could take a set of mediums to the end from here. Guess this gives me a good chance to do a pit lane entry test as well. At least in this you don't have Gillen complaining after every safety car. Yeah, you gotta look at the positives. You've definitely got to have to look at the positives. Oh, there we go. That was good. So, Leclerc's in. Piastri's staying out, though, interestingly. Lando's staying out, but Hamilton is and Verstappen are also in. So, McLaren are really gambling this, then. They think they'll be able to keep those tyres. These tyres are on, yeah, 5%. They're fine. So that is, I mean, Bortoletto up to 4th. He's just about got ahead of Leclerc. Ferrari have done a Ferrari strat. Why is he on softs? Oh, man. What are Ferrari doing? Soft compound tyres at half distance, so they're definitely planning on getting Leclerc to box again. That seems a little bit silly, if you ask me. Williams is still on Mercedes power for the foreseeable future. I can't see him going away from it anytime soon, especially with James Vowles. Obviously with his former affiliation with Toto. But maybe they could go Honda down the line, or Audi, or something like that. You never know. Right, come on then. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know why the watch time on the stream doesn't work. It just doesn't think anybody's ever been here, which is always quite funny, but a bit stupid. Add it to my list of commands. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do try and go through and tick off more stuff now. Like, I'm pretty certain all of those extra emotes now work. It was just Twitch had them pending. So if you are a sub, you've got... I think I've maxed out the amount of emotes I can do. Like, I think we need to reach 125 subs before I could do it again. Like, add another one. Which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. Unless something goes crazy. Rockeroo, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Saying all your setups on YouTube. Yes, I did, Matt. Exclamation mark racing. Type that in chat, it will link you to my channel with all my setups. Right, it's got all of my F1 car ones, dry and wet, and I'm slowly going through with the F2 cars. I apologise I haven't been able to put them up as quickly as I'd hoped to. But it was a bit of an experiment this year. I had no idea how well those setups would do. So... Can Williams overpower Haas in the upcoming seasons? I mean, they've been better than Haas this year. I said they're designed to kind of help people that may be newer to the game, that don't know what they're doing with setups. They're not going to be the absolute quickest. I wouldn't recommend using them in esports or anything like that. because there are quicker setups out there. But if you're like newer to the game or playing career mode, I think they work quite well. They're just meant to be quite safe and stable for the most part, and help like on circuits that are notorious for tire overheating. They're designed to help with that kind of thing. They're basically just kind of more designed to hopefully make the game more accessible for newer players. Right, I think safety car should be in though at the end of this lap. This race has felt quite slow so far. And we've got 24 laps to go still. Don't think it has been a particularly slow. I mean, we've had 2 safety cars, a red flag. I would thought the race time will say it's quite high.
Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position and
put it in the staff chat, Smurf. Oh, toast, man, don't. Hey, thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate it, buddy. Just start with F1 if that's what you want to play on the games. The F2 cars, I would honestly say, are more difficult to drive than the F1 cars. Or they're less forgiving to drive. Anyway, green flag racing once again then. How long will it take Leclerc to find a way around Bortoletto? It's going to be interesting off of the restart, but obviously fresh tyres for us. I've got to avoid the walls. So Norris there, really struggling. I mean, his tyres shouldn't be that bad, but they obviously just won't be as good as ours. It's Bortoletto trying to defend from Charles Leclerc a little bit further behind, but has not been able to do so. Leclerc then up back into P4, so I think that's still going to be our race for now. But Piastri then, just like he did on the last stint, he's going to try and pull away off the start. But without Lando Norris able to defend him, it's going to be more difficult. We have got good pace here at the moment. Keep it out the walls. Keep it out the walls.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
I would have given you the front wing number, not the rear wing number, Lie. I would have been running slightly less rear. You're always on the F1 cars want to run more front than rear wing. If I had a multiplayer lobby going, you could, RJ, but I don't.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Right, come on then, Oscar. Let's see what you're made of. Obviously, no DRS this time round. I mean, Bortoletto's dropped back dramatically at the moment. Leclerc up to 3rd then, so he's making good progress. Thank you for the follow as well, RJ. I appreciate it, buddy. So now we'll have the DRS, so hopefully we can pull away from Leclerc a bit more. But of course, say he will most likely have to pit, surely.
Leclerc behind. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah, there you go.
And the time last
Confirmation then, Leclerc will definitely have to pit before the end. Walls. It's just those... I seem to get those little moments where I'll make one small error and then I'll make a slightly bigger one. And then I can either gather it back up or I just keep making more and more larger errors. That, I think, is my big problem still. It's just my consistency over the longer stints. That's why I'm trying to do, like, more 100% races and stuff. Like, oh, I left the ERS on. That was not good. That would have been a decent slap on the wall. But it's definitely where I want to get better, is obviously able to keep my focus up for longer during a stint. And like some weeks we have it absolutely fine, and then there's just occasionally where I have an absolute stinker. But I want to be able to know I can jump into like a 2-hour race and be consistent. Oh, sorry, Lai. I get what you mean now. Yeah, the Australia one is quite an aggressive one. Oh, here we go. What is this? Ugh! Oscar, you can't move defensive and then try and move back across. But we'll make it happen anyway. Up into the lead of the Grand Prix. As we were almost 3 wide there, and I think Charles Leclerc might have just followed us by. Oscar Piastri's going to try and defend it off of turn 1. And this will give us a nice bit of breathing room up at the front of the order then. They're still wheel to wheel behind me. Cars side by side off the exit of turn 2. When has that ever gone badly wrong before? I don't think we can name one, can we, chat?
Okay, George, we're not using as much fuel as we predicted, which means we've got extra performance in hand. So let's push, and use it all up.
Come on. Oh, I've got to try and burn through fuel, apparently. Unfortunately, with all these safety cars as well, I don't know how much extra fuel or less fuel you need to run. Come on. I think it is a circuit where you will burn slightly more than originally predicted, but not loads more. Oh, what happened to Lewis? Lewis is way down the order. Well, he's last, is what he is. So, no idea what's happened to him then in this race. Must have got involved in something somewhere. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get Leclerc out of the range, though, for now. Once again. What helps burn the fuel? Less lift and coasting, revving out every gear. Yeah, that's a good little career mode you had go in there, Rockerell. So, I believe, chat, in just over 5 minutes, the first round of an all-new series is going live up on the main channel. Doesn't take a genius to work out what it'll be. It's Leo Fornaroli in F2. But the first race was really good fun. As here comes Charles. So I would definitely say after the stream, that's worth checking out. Cheeky plug.
Come on, you can win that place back.
I'm happy to sit behind Charles for now. I know he's quick, as long as we can stay in the range. Bortoletto's still P5. He's hung on well off of the restart. I think he didn't pit under that initial safety car, so then when the red flag came out, he's been doing quite well since then. Because I originally thought he was Hulkenberg, and then Hulkenberg blew up. God, Leclerc is going for it. He knows there's still a good chance for a big result today. He's just got to try and stay out of trouble. Yeah, if you're a channel member on YouTube, or a Patreon subscriber, each of which costs just £1 a month, you will already have access to the first video. And then you will have access to the sprint race from Australia later on today. I need to remember to upload that and make it public in a bit. Right, come on then, Charlie. Let's see what you're made of. That was a really stupid wall tap. Why won't your YouTube let you see the members' videos? It's a bit odd. Are you signed in on the same account? Can you run strict track limits on my team and driver career mode? I don't at the moment. This series is on strict track limits. I might move them next season, but honestly, I don't know still. I just don't enjoy having to concentrate too much on track limits when I'm trying to do like the proper commentary. Is the only issue I have with it. But I could probably adjust it. I don't believe I've picked up a warning so far in this race. I might have one, but I think we're good. So, field behind is definitely beginning to spread out, as I keep now nudging walls again. That whole thing I said about how I'll be fine for a few laps, and then I'll make like 3 mistakes. I am once again in that window. I think it's because I'm desperately trying to keep up with Charles. Oh, come on. That was a bit wheel spinning. So I know just every lap I can stay in the range of Leclerc massively helps us out later on in this race. As long as I keep it off of that wall as well. I think, yeah, we can stay in the range of Charles. Like, we're not doing badly with it. And we seem to be able to get good drive off of the final corner. He's just definitely got less wing. Or more top speed. How odd.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Oh, come on, Matt. Did I get one after the red flag, did I? At turn 1? Oh, when I ran wide. Did I get a warning for that, did I? I didn't even realise. Was that a track limits warning? Sorry, was that a corner cut warning or a track limits warning? Because they are two different things, according to the game. Either way, I'm going to try to avoid getting any more. Because it's just a good habit. This is the corner normally where I get them. But I haven't struggled with that so far this weekend. It's been towards the end of the lap where I seem to have had the issues. That was close. That's kind of the line you want through there, though, despite how close it was. So they're different in the fact that they don't count to the same tally. So you could get effectively 2 of each, so 4 warnings overall and not get a penalty, theoretically. It's really odd. Track limits penalties are uncommon, though. Corner cut penalties are obviously very common. So it is a bit strange. Oh, I thought that was engine then. No idea what that is meant to be telling me, but hey-ho. Hey, welcome in, Jack. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I did get a warning for hitting Oscar. That as well is, again, completely different. So that shouldn't cause us too much concern. Well, that's the only other thing we're trying to use that ERS bind. Got to remember where it is on my wheel. It works quite well, though, I think. When I remember it. So, and I don't think we need to use much battery around this part of the lap, because it actually helps the tyre wear slightly. Because obviously you're getting a little less wheel spin. Obviously you will lose a tiny bit of ground, but not enough that you're going to be under pressure or anything. And then of course you make a mistake through there anyway. So it really just... Oh, that's... There you go, there's a warning. I knew I'd get one at some point. It's when I try and be too clever with it. That's when I then do something stupid. I wish there was a thing in the F1 game as well where you could only change it a certain amount of times a lap. Pretty certain that's how it works IRL. I know it does in like endurance racing and stuff. Where you can only do it like 4 times in a lap. And then just on the 4th when you're locked into whatever mode you last picked. Otherwise, yeah, you're just trying to do it so much. Like, it's just one of those things that, like, you can micromanage it loads if you want to. Oh, there we go. We've just about got the fuel burn. So fuel burn then is pretty much neutral, which is alright.
The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
Oh, a lot there is. Easy, easy. I mean, I don't desperately need to keep up with Charles, because obviously we know he's got a pit again. I just want to if I can. Oh, another wall. Ugh. Come on, Matt. There is as well a bit of a strat in this game of only using overtake and off. So obviously having all of the available power off the corners. And then obviously knowing that otherwise the ERS is switched off. But you can see immediately we're starting to struggle with tyre overheating. I want to try and stick with Leclerc again though. But yeah, just making an absolute hash of those tyres on this lap so far. Luckily again, you can recover them. As long as we stay in the range, which I think we're going to be right on the cusp of. Yeah, there we go. We've done it, I think. Just. And now we'll start trying to save up the pack again. Go, 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 go. Tyres are fine. Most of that wear will be through nutting the walls. Just gotta stop. I lost the DRS? I swear I was inside a second. Again, you can see if you run 0 through this section, you can gain so much back. And obviously you're barely losing any time. I mean, I'm losing time because I'm being lead-footed, but still. I feel like Jeremy Clarkson at the moment. Power! Mash your foot to the floor. Hope that it sticks. Oh, I thought that was going to be a warning then. So we'll let you get up on that line then, through the exit there. You just can't go over it. I think Leclerc's beginning to struggle on his tyres, though. And of course, once he pits... Oh, no, no, no. He might have just baited me. I think he baited me. Oh, Charles Leclerc, you cheeky man. He baited me. Yeah, exactly. Charles needed to pit anyway. So we'll go back into medium. Yeah, luckily then that doesn't matter because we were going to lose the DRS anyway. But we got a nice lead over Oscar. As Verstappen now, I believe, has just made a move on Norris, then back into 3rd. So I believe if Verstappen finished 4th today, we would be ahead of him in the championship. But like I said before, the big one is we need to take points out of Oscar and Lando. That's what we really want to be doing at this stage. Oh, come on. I've been driving in my car, listening to Jeremy Clarkson. I know I've said it before on stream, but for those of you that didn't know, that whole radio segment they did now, all those years ago on like radio, it was on the South Coast, wasn't it? That whole segment is now available on YouTube. It just makes for basically a fantastic podcast to listen to. For like 2.5 hours. Like, all of it genuinely happened. Like, you know the bit where I think Richard's gone to the loo and Jeremy's there going, hello? Can anybody hear me? That's on that feed. What pedals have you got, Ultra Drive? Out of interest. Even the slightly moody woman towards the end, yeah. She was not happy. I've been listening to BBC South by the Sea for 40 years. Bring back what's his face? Wait, Oscar's pitting? Oh yeah, because the McLarens didn't pit under the safety car, did they? Interesting. Well, Charles Leclerc's only 15 seconds back. So... we're alright. We can afford to lose basically a second a lap. What platform are you on, Ultra Drive? Are you on PC? Are you on Xbox? Are you on PlayStation? So I can try and give you some recommendations. Yeah, I gotta be good with the walls. PC. What kind of budget are you looking at, buddy? See, if you run wide and you lift out, you're fine. So my hope is that Leclerc's going to be quick for a few laps and then maybe begin to struggle. Yeah, Jeremy rocking up with his vinyls. It's even just how fed up with him their sports correspondent gets. It's just all hilarious. The G923 is a good wheel. It's a very good budget wheel. So Leclerc's going to get Verstappen then. Piastri's come back out on soft, so he's trying to go aggressive towards the checkered flag. Ooh, cool. How long will it take to finish? Probably about another 20 minutes from here, depending on what happens. We could end up with another safety car. Yeah, just immediately doesn't let him. Well, that was close. I thought we could have been a goner then. $300 to $400. I would say look into Moser at that kind of price point. I don't know if you could get like a R5 bundle or something like that. I mean, if you just want to spend that kind of money and be done with it, you could probably upgrade to a slightly more powerful Thrustmaster. But if you could start looking towards direct drive, then you'd be in a good spot. I've got no idea whether Antonelli needs to box again. I can ask in a second. Let's have a look. Where's teammate? Teammate status.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 29.3 seconds. They're on old mediums.
Well, I guess with Hamilton way down the order. Antonelli's 5th! I hadn't even spotted that. It doesn't tell me, so maybe he can go to the end. I got no idea. But yeah, obviously with Hamilton way down the order as well. Hopefully, we're going to take some points at Ferrari today. I mean, if we can beat Charles as well, that'll be good. Well. Yeah, if Antonelli can stay there, very good points for Merc. So I think Verstappen might have to pit again, but he'll probably come under pressure from Oscar anyway. Lando's pit, so he's way down the order. But we are probably going to be in a battle with Charles towards the flag. Mr. E.T., thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. Just got to be a bit careful with that rear locking still. I could try and run 55 front. I think as the tyres fall off, it's worth it. But again, the last thing I now want to do is lock the front sub going down the hill. Or at turn 1. Ooh, easy. Hot Lo-Fi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What was wrong with your PC, Smurf? Do we know? Yeah, Lewis is running decently, but again, he might have to pit before the end. Unless he made his last pit stop when he took that damage. I've got no idea. So Charles is still going over a second a lap faster. He will get to us by the end of this race. Ah, fair enough, Smurf. I appreciate the sacrifice. I'm very happy though that he's working again. I don't know if you were, but have you ever tried multi-stream? It's a website that basically means you can put loads of Twitch streams on there. I think it normally works quite well. Yeah, so Piastri's flying along then. He's going to get back to Verstappen pretty soon. We're still locking the rears up slightly, despite the fact I moved the brake bias forward. But it is allowing me to attack. I think it's just the rears are going slowly but surely. There's so many traction zones around this circuit. It's not surprised that we are beginning to struggle, even when I disable the ERS. Yeah, these rears are just getting slippery. I mean, I could be tempted to box before the end and just pray that we'd be loads quicker than Charles. But I'm just not convinced we'd get it. We'd have to probably be upwards of 2 seconds a lap faster. Oh, no. Has been a good test, though. I've learnt a lot about this circuit. I've definitely got some ERS strats to use tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's... Is it Fernando back up there, or is it Stroll still? I don't know. But I think, yeah, we're going to see... We're going to see some interesting strats. Ooh, come on. Oh, see, look at that. Sometimes you can get that curve flat, and it works out beautifully. Other times, it just doesn't work. Tech friends, so whenever anything happens to my PC, go to him. I always quite enjoy trying to, like, fix PC. I mean, it's super frustrating when they break on me. But I always enjoy trying to fix stuff like that. Would it be worth boxing now and have 8 laps on softs? This is what I'm debating in my head. I don't think so. I think we've just got to try and brave it. Although I do keep slapping the wall. So that front right tyre is starting to look angry. Oh no, it's the rear right. 80%! Oh no. Yeah, I've got to be better with that tomorrow. You ever get the urge to rattle your PC top corner? Yeah, I've been there. I want to do some PC upgrades, but I just can't justify it at the moment. Right, come on. I know we've had a few safety cars and stuff, and I'm quite surprised just how well bunched up most of the field still is. Like, I mean, from myself back to last place, they're all still within, what, 2/3 of a lap? Which is pretty good going. Especially when you factor in some of them have made a pit stop. Yeah, I think it's going to be really tricky towards the end once Charles gets past me trying to keep up with him. I've just got to hope his tyres also start to fall off. But I'm now running no ERS on corner exits, more about trying to look after the rears than, like, to give myself less power to try and manage than anything else. That's why I've got so much straight line speed. It's just dropping it off that curb, it kind of invites you to extend it more. Good, I lifted off enough. Kind of. Don't know how I got away with that, but I did. Well, come on, Matt. Stop making errors. 8 laps to go. We've got 4 seconds over Leclerc. This is getting a bit difficult. Hey, welcome in, Jinx. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Okay, really
and LOC, thank you for the follow.
There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
There is not that long left of this race, Mark. I don't know what you're watching. I mean, a safety car or a red flag now would be so fantastic for us. I think it's worth boxing for the safety concern. Oh. Look, when we don't hit the wall, the tyre wear does not go up. We are absolutely fine otherwise. And I can't afford to let Leclerc win again.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay.
I feel like Kimi at Nürburgring 05. I've just got to hope the tyre holds. 10 points on Oscar would be very, very useful here. Let's not forget, the whole point of this series is to try to win the World Championship. Like, we have to go hell for leather. Oh, that's not a warning again. Yeah, I'm going to end up doing a Verstappen from 2021. Seems the likely outcome. It's just how much it's struggling to rotate through the left-handers now. Because obviously you squat on that rear right and it's just got nothing. Yeah, Kimi's dropping back. I think Mercedes have gambled this and it might not be working for us. We shall have to wait and see. 7 laps to go. That outside wall at turn 1 is getting scarier and scarier as well. But we are managing it. We're doing alright at this stage. I mean, 5 cars from 5 different teams inside your top 5 is pretty good going. Whoa, wall. Oh, Norris is back up to 5th. So I think Alonso's beginning to struggle as well. The thing is, I genuinely would quite like to see Leclerc win this race IRL this weekend. He's had so much bad luck here in Baku. Like, this has been a track where so many times it's coulda, woulda, shoulda for him. I would actually like to see him win it. Like, who wins 4 pole positions in a row at one venue and doesn't take a single victory out of them? And I think only really on one of those occasions had he had the fastest car as well. Like, it suits his style as a bit of a point-and-shoot circuit, but he's always been really quick here. Yes, I'm well aware, thank you, Mark. I do know what to do. Desperately try to defend. You have to go into the camera options, I want to say, and then alter the HUD layout. It was a bit of a pain. Oh, come on. It's sweaty now, chat. The concentration towards the end. Oh, that's not what I needed. Oh, the Aston Martin train is real. Ah, Matt! Stop hitting that wall.
Losing pressure in the right rear tyre. The right rear may be running a slow puncher.
No! Have I punctured it? I have punctured it! Don't think I've ever done that. Oh, on this game. I don't think I've ever got a slow puncture like that. Oh, this is a disaster. We've got a pit with 5 to go. It's because I was looking at that Aston Martin train. Please don't bail out on me now, tyre. We'll get a fresh set of softs on. We can still recover. I cannot believe I've done that late on. Oh, it's definitely getting slidey. No, it's gone. It's completely gone on me. It's completely gone. Oh, we can't even steer it. What's he doing? Why did he not lift?
Red flag, mate. Red flag. No overtaking, please.
I cannot believe that. I cannot. What? Oscar Piastri knows I'm slow. Thinks, should he lift? Nah, we'll just go through it. What is that? Oh, I bet I'm going to get a penalty for that as well. I mean, we've literally got a 4-lap shootout against Charles now. I mean, I guess, yeah, for the World Championship, we took out Oscar Piastri, but that's still ridiculous. What on earth is that, man? I mean, that's probably the worst pace for the tyre to go on this lap. For that tyre to go on an uphill left-hander was just going to be impossible. Please say I've not got a penalty. 5 seconds, of course. Alright, come on, we got to go. Oh, I've still got huge rear wing damage, don't I? The car might be impossible anyway. I've got no idea. But Oscar Piastri out of it then. Verstappen and Leclerc are going to try and run away. What? Eh? Oh, it's the rear wing, isn't it? Oh, no. I'm going to cause another red flag. I don't know if we can. I think it might be too late. I'm going to get a warning for a collision. Let me go! What is this? A 10-second penalty? Are you having a giggle? Oh, we got another safety car. It's because the rear wing's basically gone. Yeah, we can't do anything into the corners. We've got nothing on corner entry. I've got absolutely nothing on the way into the corners. We're going to have to try and take those penalties and see if we can score a point or something. I mean, how can I try and stop? I mean, it's looking at the rear, so I have to run like a super aggressive front brake balance. But that is so stupid. Like, why can't the team repair that kind of damage under a red flag? I mean, it's going to be a one-lap safety car, isn't it, I think? We're not going to be able to do much with it. Oh, chat! This is a disastrous end to the race. Absolute disastrous end to this race. We'll repair the front wing damage. I don't know what it is about Baku. I'm not going to retire with 3 laps to go. I've got to try and get to the end. Plus, I don't want there being some, like... Well, Christ. Yeah, it's impossible. Wait, did he just say box to retire the car? We can't sustain this level of damage. Where is the F1 CE videos? I got no idea. I haven't touched the game in a couple of weeks. I don't believe the rear wing gets visible damage. No, the rear wing looks absolutely fine. Because of course. Oh, how's it going to be through here? Oh, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, that is genuinely ridiculous. How have we not lost a wheel in all of this? I'm just going to go until we completely break the car, honestly. That's all I can do at this stage. I guess this is good training for when I inevitably pick up rear wing damage at some point. Ocon's got a 10-second penalty. How much of our penalty will we serve? Hopefully, I mean, it'll only be 5, maybe 10 seconds. The Ferrari master plan absolutely has worked. As I said in qualifying, though, chat, I'd rather do this today than tomorrow. Did we get rid of all penalties? No, I don't think so. Yeah, we've only got the 5-second left now. So I'd rather have this error issue now than tomorrow. Like, at least we've learnt now, ready for that race. I mean, for this series, though, that has been an absolute disaster. Surely there's not a chance we recover to a point or anything. Safety car will come in this lap. So we probably won't even catch it. And I will probably bin it trying to catch it. I mean, look at that. It's just breaking free on corner entry. I don't even think CS runs sim damage. I don't know why I'm running it in this. Oh, now I've got the horrible autopilot that's impossible to manage. Come on, let me go. Oh, what a disappointing end. Oh, I'm going to get a warning for track limits. See, this is what annoys me as well. Safety cars coming in. Why can't I race properly? And why does it... The autopilot is so bad. Like, you can literally see it cutting our throttle out. Oh, no. We are definitely going to break this car. Do not fear. This car will be broken. Yeah, I should have listened to chat. You guys were right. But then it was... I was reading that message talking about whoever had a huge train. That's when I hit the wall again. That gave us a slow puncture. Come on, 2 laps to go. If Verstappen wins this out of this, I'm going to be staggered. Leclerc deserves to win this race. I mean, we're going to beat Oscar. So we've got no front wing, we've got no rear wing. This car should, in theory, be a missile down the straight. What's actually left on this car? Not a lot. Yeah, I don't know what I've got against having wings on this car. Oh, and it's Baku. You need top-end speed, don't you? If I didn't have all the side pod damage dragging it back, we would have a missile in a straight line. Airflow is disturbed. Tell that to that BAR that did 250 miles an hour on the Bonneville Salt Flats. That thing had no wing. It actually had a weird sail at the back. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
I've never heard George retire from a race. That's quite funny. Oh man. I am stupid. I am stupid. We'll blame Gillen. We'll absolutely blame Gillen for the raid. That's what did that. Oh, chat, please tell me Leclerc won. It's going to be Verstappen or Oscar, isn't it? Oh. Yes! Yeah, it must have been the water. That was the problem.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side.
Leclerc 2 wins in a row in this series, just like he did in the LH44 career.
The further that can take you.
Oh, man. I mean, I must admit, I'm a little bit gutted. We were running pretty well right towards the end, but the fact that you cannot fix any, like, wing damage or side pod damage or anything like that, I can understand under a safety car in the pit lane, but under a red flag, you would be able to sort that out. You would be able to sort that out. Red flag. Red flag! Red flag! So it's going to make it close at the top between Lando and Oscar. But yeah, we're going to need a miracle towards the end of this season. We're going to need more than a miracle towards the end of this season. We're going to need something crazy to land on our side towards the end of the campaign. Oh, my headphones died again. Oh, so I can't blame TikTok fully for it. It's definitely just the Bluetooth on my PC that keeps playing up. I don't know if it's down to the rules though, because you're allowed to fix damage if it's deemed dangerous to the car, I think is the thing. Well, there we go though. Oh, pardon me. Charles Leclerc takes the win, 1.5 seconds clear of Verstappen. Norris, oh, excuse me, in P3 ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Alonso, Bortoletto, Behrman, Antonelli, Pierre Gasly from the back row of the grid, and Lance Stroll, your final scorer of this race. Jack Doohan narrowly missed out on his first ever Formula 1 point. What a race that could have been from him when all is said and done. Further down, though, we come 2 laps down. Oscar Piastri 6 laps down. Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, and Sainz all failing to see the checkered flag. I need to make sure I just get a quick screenshot so we can go update the points. That one, yeah, will go down as a DNF on the predictions, I think. Let's go update our point standings, though, chat, before we finish up. Because obviously we've got to make sure that I do that. I don't know what this is. Oh, no, I think it is titled correctly. Where is the GR63 career? 125. Where's GR63? Driver. GR63. Wonderful. Right. Let's go update our point standings before we wrap up. It's not looking good for us. It is not looking good. So, Charles Leclerc, so to be fair, McLaren have not won a race yet in this, which is actually quite staggering. It's only 3 races in, but that's still pretty staggering. Oscar gets 0. Lando gets 15. Max gets 18. We get 0. Hamilton gets 12. Antonelli gets 4. Albon gets 0. Hulkenberg gets 0. Ocon gets 0. Alonso gets 10. Big points for Fernando. Stroll gets 1. Isaac gets 0. Gasly gets... Oh, no, Gasly, sorry, gets 2, doesn't he? He came 9th. So he did very well in the end. 2 for Gasly. Can I exit full screen, please? Just because that annoys me. Lawson gets 0. Seitz gets 0. Bortoletto gets 6. Oh, no, he gets 8, doesn't he? Sorry. Sonoda gets 0. Behrman gets 6. And then Colapinto / Jack Doohan still gets 0 as well. So, it is all square at the top of the championship then. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are now tied on 314 points apiece. Max Verstappen is in a fairly comfortable P3. I think Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc is going to be a good battle towards the end of the season. We are now tied with Charlie, as Ferrari now got a 42-point gap in the Constructors, which is a little bit of a stream. Williams still in 5th ahead of Aston Martin. Kick Sauber only 2 points behind Aston Martin now. And V-Carb only 1 ahead of Haas. Further down, though, Behrman, like I said, good points for him. Still, Tsunoda's a little bit higher up the order. But apart from that, everybody still is similar to where they are IRL. Alonso's got the jump on Ocon. So, yeah, he's doing very, very well at this stage of the campaign. Like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed that that ended the way it did. We were running quite well. He was just trying to manage the ties towards the end. But like I said, this series is meant to serve as a bit of a practice run for Creator Series tomorrow night.